The market district of Zalthara Station hummed with 1,000 alien voices, each species hawking their wares beneath the artificial sky. Kanat moved through the crowd with practiced ease, his weathered hands tucked into the pockets of his faded military jacket. 20 years since the Terran-Vrax War had ended, but old soldiers never quite learned to relax. He stopped at a weapons dealer's stall, examining a plasma rifle with professional interest. When he heard the shouting, "You think you can come into my establishment with counterfeit credits?" The Quellan merchant's tentacles writhed with indignation, his bulbous eyes fixed on the figure before him. "Your kind always tries to cheat honest vendors." Kanat's gaze shifted to the merchant's target. She stood nearly 7 feet tall, her body covered in iridescent scales that shimmered between crimson and gold. A Drakari, one of the dragon people from the outer reach. Her crest lay flat against her skull in a posture Kanat recognized as shame. "Sir, I assure you these credits are legitimate," she said, her voice steady despite the tremor in her clawed hands. "I earned them working." Silence. The Quellan's voice boomed. A crowd was gathering now, dozens of aliens pressing close to witness the spectacle. "Station security will sort this out. You'll spend the night in detention, and I'll have my credits and compensation for the insult." The Drakari woman, Anna, according to the ID badge clipped to her worn maintenance uniform, lowered her head. Her tail curled tight around her legs. Kanat saw the defeat in her posture, the resignation of someone who knew the system wasn't built for her kind. Something in his chest tightened. He'd seen that look before, in the eyes of Vrax prisoners who'd been left behind when their fleet retreated, in the faces of refugees on border worlds. In mirrors once upon a time, Kanat pushed through the crowd. "The credits are good," he announced, his voice carrying the authority of someone accustomed to being obeyed. The Quellan's eyes swiveled toward him. "And who are you two?" The merchant's words died as he noticed the insignia on Kanat's jacket. The crossed swords and star of a Terran fleet commander. "Commander, this is a private matter." "Those credits bear Terran Federation markers," Kanat interrupted, pulling out his personal scanner. He aimed it at the chip still lying on the merchant's counter. The device chirped green. "See, completely legitimate. Issued 3 days ago from station administration for contract work," the crowd murmured. The Quellan's skin flushed purple. "Now," Kanat continued, his tone conversational but edged with steel, "I believe you owe the lady an apology. Unless you'd like me to report this incident to the Federation Trade Commission. They're very interested in merchants who discriminate against certified workers." The Quellan's tentacles drooped. "It may have been mistaken. My scanner must need recalibration." He shoved Anna's purchases across the counter. "No charge. My apologies for the confusion." Anna gathered her items with trembling hands, her golden eyes wide with disbelief. Kanat gestured toward the corridor. "Come on, let's get out of here." They walked in silence until the market noise faded behind them. Anna finally stopped, turning to face him. Up close, Kanat could see the exhaustion in her features, the patches on her scales where the iridescence had dulled from poor nutrition. "Why did you help me?" she asked.
"Humans and Drakari aren't—"
"We're not allies." "Should have been," Kanat said simply. "Your people stayed neutral during the war, refused to join the Vrax coalition even when they threatened your colonies. That took courage." He studied her face. "How long have you been on this station?" 8 months. I fix environmental systems, but the pay is—" She gestured at her worn clothing. "Enough to survive, barely. You eating regular meals?" Her silence was answer enough. Kanat made a decision. "Come, tonight you'll dine with me. There's a Terran restaurant on level 7. Real food, not synthesized protein paste. We can talk." Anna's crest rose slightly, surprise replacing shame. "I can't afford my treat." Consider it an apology from one veteran to another. He'd noticed the scars on her hands, the distinctive marks of military-grade plasma burns. "You served," she nodded slowly. "Drakari Home Guard, before everything fell apart." Her voice grew bitter. "Our government collapsed 2 years ago. Civil war. Those of us who escaped are scattered across the galaxy, taking whatever work we can find." They walked to the transport tube, and Kanat found himself telling her about his own years adrift after the war. The nightmares, the guilt, the slow process of rebuilding a life. Anna listened with an intensity that suggested she understood too well. The restaurant was small but warm, run by an elderly Terran couple who greeted Kanat like family. He ordered half the menu, ignoring Anna's protests. You need to eat, he said firmly, and I need the company. Fair trade. Over roasted chicken and actual vegetables, luxuries Anna hadn't tasted in months, they talked. She told him about her homeworld, the crimson forests and crystal seas. He shared stories of Earth, of blue oceans and cities that touched the clouds. I've heard Earth is beautiful, Anna said softly, her claws delicately handling the unfamiliar utensils. But they say humans don't welcome outsiders much these days. Depends where you go, Kanat admitted. But I know people. People who remember that the galaxy's bigger than old prejudices. He leaned forward. I have a shipping company, small operation, but growing. We need engineers, especially ones who understand environmental systems. Pays decent. Offers housing. Anna's eyes widened. You're offering me a job? You just met me. I'm offering someone who's earned it a chance, Kanat corrected. What you do with that chance is up to you. For the first time since he'd seen her in the market, Anna smiled. It transformed her face, the exhaustion falling away to reveal fierce hope beneath. When do I start? Tomorrow too soon? She laughed, a sound like wind chimes. Tomorrow is perfect. As they finished their meal, Kanat reflected on the strange paths life took. He'd come to the station seeking parts for his ships. Instead, he'd found something more valuable. A reminder that dignity didn't care about species, and that sometimes the most human thing you could do was extend your hand to someone who'd been pushed down too many times. Outside, the station's artificial stars glittered against the void. Two veterans walked side by side, their shadows merging on the metal floor. Proof that humanity's greatest strength had never been its weapons or ships. It had always been the simple choice to see another being's worth, and to act on it.